Hello, hi children. Welcome back to our channel, Amaze Tutors. Today we are going to learn an important concept in math, which is properties of exponents or laws of indices. It's also called indices or exponents or powers. All are same. So there are few properties we can deal with exponents. We are going to learn them today. Let's look at some examples and practice questions. When a and b are real numbers, m and n are integers, I am going to show you the property one by one. Product property. So whenever product means multiplication, whenever it is multiplication, a power m times a power n. Multiplication with same base, you can add up the exponents like this, a power m plus n. This is the very first property. Now, power of a power property. If there is more than one power for the same single base, we can make use of this property. What you are going to do, you need to multiply the exponents or indices. In this case, the indices are m and n. So, a power m times n, or which can be written as a power m n next to each other. So, this is property 2. Now, let's look at rule 3, which is power of a product. Power of a product means there is a power outside m, the whole power m. This is a product. So what we have to do, we need to simply distribute the power inside each and every term. So that is why a power m times b power m. So it's actually power. You can write it like this if you want. Yeah. So this is distributive property simply. You are distributing the powers inside the brackets. That is why a power m times b power n. Let's look at the next property. Negative exponent property. So whenever there is a negative integer in the power or in the exponent place, it is called negative exponent property. To get rid of the negative, to make it positive exponent, we need to reciprocate it. I hope you know about reciprocating or reciprocal. Reciprocal is simply writing upside down or flipping the numerator and denominator. You switch it around. That's it. For example, if it is a by b, if I want to reciprocate this fraction, b goes to the top, a comes to the denominator. That is called reciprocal or reciprocating. B by a. You are just switching the numerator and denominator place. That's it. This is called reciprocating. Let me type the spelling for you. So whenever there is a negative exponent, if you want to make it positive exponent, you need to reciprocate or flip it around b by a, upside down. And in this case, a should not be equal to 0. That is the condition. And one more thing, whenever you are simplifying a particular question based on exponents, if the final answer is in terms of negatives, don't leave that as negative exponent answer. Make sure that you are going to do one more step to change it to positive exponent. So don't forget about it, because you should not leave the final answer with a negative exponent. So make use of the negative exponent property, change it to positive by simply reciprocating. If you are reciprocating a whole number, for example, if I have 10, reciprocal of this is 1 over 10. That's all, because any whole number is a fraction with denominator 1. When I reciprocate 10 by 1, it will become 1 by 10. Same manner, if you are reciprocating a negative number, negative 5 by 3, keep the negative with the reciprocal. So you are not changing or neglecting the negative sign. You are simply changing the numerator and denominator only. Kindly remember this. Whenever there is a negative, the reciprocal or even after reciprocating, the negative should come. I can tell you one more property of reciprocals. Whenever you multiply a number and its reciprocal, it will always give you the answer 1. I'll show you with this example, same example. When you multiply negative 5 by 3 by negative 3 by 5, its reciprocal. What will happen? 3 5s are 15. I mean 3 5s are 15 again. Negative, negative, positive. When you multiply, that is why 1. Not only in this example, always it is true. So whenever you multiply a number or a fraction with its reciprocal, the answer should be always 1. You can remember this property also. Okay, let's continue with indices. So far we learnt about product property. Whenever it is a product with same exponent, add the exponents. Power of power rule. If it is more than one power with the same base, single base, multiply the powers. It can be even 3 or more, doesn't matter. Simply multiply all of them together. Power of a product, that means distributive property. Negative exponent means whenever there is a negative integer or negative number in place of indices or exponent, you need to reciprocate it to change it to positive. Next property says zero exponent property. So as the name says, wherever you have 0 in the exponent place, whenever you have like that, it is called zero exponent property. This is very, very easy. A power 0 is 1. Anything power 0 is 1 except A should not be 0. A can be anything else other than 0 because 0 power 0 is undefined. We cannot define that at all. That is why this property, please remember along with this condition, which is A not equal to 0. So anything power 0 is 1. I'll tell you in a different whiteboard. It can be any such big number, 6 digit, 3 digit, 5 digit, no problem at all. If you have everything power 0, even though it is a bigger number as the base, it is equal to 1 only. And if I have many terms as the base, so many powers, so many terms, and if I have everything whole power 0, you can blindly write it as 1. Anything power 0 is 1 only. Even if you apply the power of power, each of them will become 0. X power 2 times 0 is 0. Y power negative 3 times 0 is 0. Z power 0. So 1 times 1 times 1, that is again 1 only. But that step is not required at all. Here, everything, the whole power 0, simply 1 only. So whatever may be the bigger number, the whole power 0 is 1. Doesn't matter how many terms, how many exponents it has, the base, whole power 0 is equal to 1 only. But kindly remember, 0 power 0 is not 1. It is undefined. I hope you understand the zero exponent property. Let's go back and look at the next property. It says quotient of powers. Quotient means division, as you know. The answer after dividing is called the quotient, the result. So here a power m divided by a power n. Whenever it is division with same base, simply subtract the powers or indices. That's it. You need to subtract the powers. So that is why it becomes a power m minus n. Again the condition being a not equal to 0. So this is simply a power m over a power n. Quotient rule. So whenever it is a product, add the exponents. Whenever it is quotient, subtract the exponents. Again, this is distributive property, the next one. Power of quotient. So here it is quotient a by b or a over b inside the brackets. Whole power m. This is again very similar to the third one, power of a product. We distributed the power, Same manner, power of quotient, we need to take the power inside the brackets. That is why the power m goes to both a and b. The answer, the rule will become a power m over b power m. I hope it is clear so far. So these are the rules you can remember. Product rule, power of a power. Even if you don't remember the name, don't worry about it. If you just remember the rules, the properties, that is enough to apply that in the questions. So whenever it is a product, add the powers. Whenever it is a division, subtract the powers. Power of power, multiply the powers. Actually, most of the students will get confused with the first two, product and power of power. Here also they will go and add them by mistake. But don't do that. I'll simply give you a clue to remember, hint. Here there are two bases and two exponents. But here when you look at power of power, only single base, two powers or even three powers. In that case you multiply. It is power of another power. But here it is a product, multiplication. And also one more thing you should remember, these two rules, product and quotient property, it is applicable only when the bases are the same. A and A, A and A. If the bases are different, we cannot apply that rule at all. I'll show you on a different whiteboard. If I have 2 power 3 times 3 power 5, here I cannot actually write it as 2 power 3 plus 5, wrong, or even 3 power 3 plus 5, wrong. Even if you multiply the bases and write like this, that is also wrong. So make sure that the bases are same when you apply the product rule. So the product and the quotient rule is applicable only when the bases are same. I'll show you one example on division also. So here again, I cannot apply the subtraction because the bases are different. I hope you understood. So product property and the quotient property is applicable only when the bases are the same. Kindly remember this. But for the distributive property, it can be any base. Doesn't matter. Okay, now we are going to do some practice. Product of powers. Now, you can answer these questions, I suppose. How many factors of x are in the product? X power 3 and x power 2. Obviously, here x times x times x, here x times x. How many factors? Obviously, 5 factors. You can see the answer here in the box. 5 factors. X times x times x times x times x. Now, oh, I should not show you the answer. Write the product as a single power. Oh, it's a question only. So this product, where there are 5 factors, we are writing it as a single power. X times x times x times x times x. How many x's? 5 x's to be multiplied. That is why as a single power, it is x power 5. In general, this is the rule, the product rule, the very first rule, x power m times x power n. So don't worry about the letters. In the previous page, I have shown you as a and b, but here it says x. Doesn't matter at all. It is just the generalized formula or the terminology. It can be any alphabet, but the rule same. Add the powers, x power m plus n. Now it is in wordings, multiplying powers with the same base, words. To multiply powers with the same base, make a note of it, point, important point. Same base, only then it is applicable. Keep the base and add the exponents. Look at the example, 3 power 5 with the numbers. 3 power 5 times 3 power 8. Same base, of course. So 3 power 5 plus 8, which is 3 power 13. Isn't it? This is algebraic expression example. b power m times b power n, same base again, b power m plus n. So this is the very first rule. Now, additional example, multiplying powers with the same base. Multiply and write the product as 1 power. Let's look at the question. This is the question. 6 power 6 plus 3. Obviously, what should we do? The same base. I think the question is missing here. Let me write it for you. 6 power 6 times 6 power 3. This is the question here. And the very first step, add the exponents according to the property. So 6 power 6 plus 3, which is 6 power n. I mean 9. That is the final answer. Same manner, another question. N power 5 times n power 7. Same base. That is why we are adding the exponents again. N power 5 plus 7, n power 12. That is the answer. Now, question number 1. Simplify the expression. A power 3 times a power 5. There are 4 options given. So, same base, what should we do? Continue with the same base. Add the powers. So simple. Now, what is 3 plus 5? 8. Which option? B. But they gave you multiplication 3 5s of 15 to confuse you. You need to be very careful, children. And also subtraction is one of the options. Ignore the wrong options, choose the correct one. And let's do one more question. Question number 2. Simplify the expression. Here you can see a difference. There is a coefficient. You know what a coefficient is, isn't it? It's a constant multiplier. The number coming in front of the variable, they are called coefficients. Well, how will you do when there is a coefficient? Don't add the coefficient like given in the question or option. So, whenever there is a coefficient, we are going to multiply them as usual. Only the powers, exponents, we will be adding. 2 3s are 6. M power 6 is the correct answer, which is option D. So, never ever add the exponents. Never ever add the coefficients. That is a mistake. Like this. It has given like this 5 because they have added 3 plus 2. But it is multiplication only. 3 2s are 6. But add the exponents. Whenever there is some letters and with powers, it's a product. Dot means product. Add the powers. That is the D. Option D is the correct choice. Okay, one more question. Simplify the expression. Negative 2xy cubed, 5x power 4y squared. So as I already mentioned, you are going to multiply the exponent, the coefficients. Negative 2 times 5. Keep it separate. Now I'm going to write the x terms separately and y terms separately. I'm adding them actually directly. Even if you write it separate terms, x power 1 times x power 4 in the previous step. Now, add the power according to the product property. 2 5s are 10. I am multiplying the coefficients. X power 1 plus 4, 5. Y power 5. So, which option is correct? Option A. Negative 10. X power 5, y power 5. So here they have given negative 10, negative 10, but x power 4, what they did, actually, most of the students will be doing this mistake. Whenever there is no exponent given, they won't consider that at all. But it's a blender. You have to consider that as power 1. Is it not? Whenever there is no power or no indices given, that means it's a power, single power of 1. So that is why we need to add 1 plus 4. Most of the students, as there is no exponent, no index, they will leave that. They will consider only the other term x power 4. That is why that option also given here to confuse you again. And here, what is the mistake they did? They multiplied the y powers. 3 twos are 6. That is why they got y power 6. So they know the mentality and the types, kinds of mistakes the student will be doing. That is why they have given them very closest answer or possible mistakes in the other options. We need to be very careful, children. I hope you understood how this is. Negative 10 x power 5 y power 5. When there is no index, please consider 1. It is single power, power of 1. Okay, now next property. Notice what occurs when you divide powers with the same base. Quotient. As we have already seen, this is the derivation of the formula property actually. 5 power 5 over 5 power 3. So there are 5 fives, factors, 5 factors, 3 factors. Now cancel out the commons. Only left with 5 times 5, which is 5 squared. That is why 5 power 5 over 5 power 3 is subtracting the exponents 5 power 5 minus 3, which is 2. This is how we derived the division properties. To divide the powers with the same base, keep the base and subtract the exponents. Numbers example, 6 power 9 divided by 6 power 4 equals 6 power 9 minus 4, which is 6 power 5. Algebra example, b power m equal to b power m minus n. So this is called quotient property. I hope you understood. Let's look at some examples on dividing powers with the same base. Divide and write the quotient as single power. So what would be the answer for the first one? A. Subtract the powers. That's it. 5 minus 3, which is 7 squared. Now second question, x power 10 minus 9, which is 1. So no need to write the power 1. If you simply write x, that is enough. So we simply subtract that exponents. You can see the steps and the answer here too. See? 7 squared, x power 1. Think x power 1 equals x. That's all. That is the final answer. This is what quotient property. Now example 2. Again subtracting the powers. 9 power 9 minus 2. 9 power 7. E power 10 minus 5. E power 5. That's it. I hope you're following the quotient property, children. Look at the steps. That's all. Okay, power of a power property. How many factors of x are in the expression? We already knew that there are 6 factors. X times x times x times x times x times x. Write the product as a single power. X power 6, obviously. In general, what we are doing? We are multiplying the powers. X power m, the whole power n equals x power m times. Whenever there is a dot, it means multiplication, children. Kindly remember that. Even if you have 3 powers like this, m, n, let me take it as p. So don't panic. It's very easy. Again, multiply all the powers. So x power m n p will be the answer. So doesn't matter how many powers, how many bases and all. Simply multiply the exponents. This is called power of a power. Let's do some questions based on this. Raising a power to a power. To raise a power to a power, keep the base and multiply the exponents. So numbers example, 9 power 4 the whole power 5, 9 power 4 times 5, 9 power 20. Now b power m the whole power n, b power m times b power n. Now n power 4 times n power 5 is read as 9 to the 4th to the 5th. Is it not? 9 to the 4th power to the 5th power. Reading math. Now let's do some questions based on raising a power to a power. So there are 2 powers. 5 power 4 the whole power 2. What should I do according to the property? I need to multiply. So 4 2s are 8. Same manner, 6 power 7 times 9 which is 6 power 63. Isn't it? 9 sevens. Let's look at the steps if you want. See, multiply the exponents 5 power 8. Multiply the exponents 6 power 63. I hope you understand the power of power. Okay, let's do one question with multiple choices. 4 power 2 the whole power 5. Anyone wants to answer this? You know the answer very well, isn't it? What should we do? We need to multiply the powers. 4 power 2 5s are 10. Which option it is? C. C is the correct choice. Okay, one more question quickly. X power 3 times 4. 3 fours are 12. Multiply, don't add. Because see, when you look at option 7, they have added by mistake. Because they know the mentality of the student. I told you, right? Most of the students will get confused with the product rule and the power of power. When to add, when to multiply. But I gave you one hint. Whenever there is a single base and multiple exponents, multiply the exponents. Multiple means more than one. And if there are two bases, same base, two exponents, add the powers. So simple to remember. Okay, dear, power of a product. I think this is the next property. I'm going to cover from this slide onwards in our next video. Okay, I hope you understood the properties so far. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. So see you in our next video, dear. We will continue with the rest of the properties next time. Bye bye. Take care.